I believe the topic is the station of Bahá'u'lláh within the context of Bahá'í writings. That is to say, who is Bahá'u'lláh? What is his mission? What is his ultimate objectives? I would like you to think in three coordinated systems. One is, who is Bahá'u'lláh? Second is, what is his mission? And third is, what is his ultimate objective? And within these three coordinated systems, we want to unravel the writings as much as we can. As you know, within a few weeks, we are actually celebrating the 200th year of his birthday. So the first and the foremost question will be, who is Bahá'u'lláh that has been born? Can Bahá'u'lláh be born? He has a tablet which is called Loh Milad Azam, or my birthday, the birthday tablet, which in it he has a very mind-provoking statement. He says, the God who is never born nor gives birth is not born. Allah lam yalid wa lam yulad walida. It's a significant statement. That God, who is unknowable, who is beyond comprehension, who is beyond human attributes, more importantly, he is beyond birth or death, is not born. So then, immediately, Bahá'u'lláh adds this to the statement. Blessed is the one who immerses in the ocean of the meanings which is hidden in this statement. Tuba liman taghammasa fi bahr al-ma'ani hadha al-bayan. That means, Habibullah, don't take it literally. There is more than the contingency meaning that you may get. Now, compare this passage with another passage from Bab Persian Bayan. When we use Bahá'u'lláh, he says, we are referring to the primal will in every dispensation. مشیت اولیه primal will در هر ظهور in every dispensation بهاءu'lláh بوده و خواهد بود. The primal will in every dispensation of the past or every dispensation of the future, we call it Bahá'u'lláh. That's sheds some light to what Bahá'u'lláh says, that maybe we should not take this statement so literally. But primal will is never born, right? Primal will is just a terminology which is used for those of you who are Christian background. In the beginning was Word. Word was with God. Word was God. And then you go down the passages, and Word became flesh and dwelt among us. John chapter 1, verse 1 through 10. It seems Word, Logos, which is used extensively in the writings of Plato, they are referring to the reality which is not operating by definition of contingent realm. What do you mean by contingent realm? Means any realm that can be measured, any realm that is confined by time and space. Make sense? So far. This is a statement of Bahá'u'lláh in his tablet of birthday became very, very, very difficult to handle by the readers, especially Muslims. This is why there is another work by Bahá'u'lláh called Epistle to Son of the Wolf, Lawh ibn Zeb, Lawh Sheikh, which I welcome. There are several books in the Bahá'í dispensation that is called must read. That means you cannot take it lightly or slightly. One is Kitab-i-Iran, one is Ardas, and one is Epistle to Son of the Wolf. The reason that these three works are important because they are the main doctrinal work of Bahá'u'lláh. It tells you about his station, about his mission, about his objective. So the people who were reading the tablets, such as Tablet of Birthday, they said, see what this man is saying. The God who is never born, nor gives birth, is not born. So this man actually is claiming to be God. And he says, perhaps, according to Bahá'u'lláh in the Epistle to Son of the Wolf, he tells Sheikh Muhammad Taqi, the recipient, he says, I have heard that you have said that we better go and translate some passages of Quran concerning the fact that God is never born nor gives birth. And you, moreover, have said that perhaps maybe Bahá'u'lláh does not fully understand the passage in Quran. Bahá'u'lláh uses that context to clarify. Please pay attention very carefully. The Bahá'í faith is a faith that allows question and answers. Bahá'í faith does not stop questioning by you simply declaring. Declaring simply means commitment to growth. Growth mentally, emotionally, practically. So, Bahá'u'lláh tells the recipient, I understand your objection, but do you know what did I mean by that? Please pay attention again. The meaning. This is why in tablet of his birthday he said, blessed is the one who immerses in the ocean of meaning. This is the word might be troublesome. Bahá'u'lláh says, I agree. How can we believe in a God which is sanctified, and then we believe in a God which is born? He says, I understand you. But you have to understand the meaning. Please pay attention, the same concept of Son of God. 21st century. What do you mean, Son of God? By just believing that God has a son, you already have destroyed the sanctity of God. Make sense? So this is why if you understand Bahá'u'lláh, then you understand even Jesus. What does it mean? I'm the Son of God. Or what does it mean when he in the Bible says, come to me, I make you sons of God. Capital now. As you can see, the Bahá'í faith also is a faith of comprehension. It's not memorization. It's not just shaking your head. It's not simply agreeing with Bahá'u'lláh. You should not agree with Bahá'u'lláh. Bahá'u'lláh is not something to agree, because it's not something, it's reality. You never agree with reality, you just apply reality. Make sense? Do you see the difference? This is why you do not tell the sun, I agree with you. You just say, I am appreciative that you are shining and I benefit from you. Make sense? So Bahá'u'lláh, in Epistle to Son of the Wolf, says, who is born in October 20th? Who is born? God cannot be born. Holy Spirit cannot be born. Primal will cannot be born. Bahá'u'lláh, if Bahá'u'lláh means primal will, cannot be born. He says, then ask question, who is born? He says, if you think, you realize Mirza Hussain Ali is born. Mirza Hussain Ali is born the same as at the time of Jesus. Mr. Jesus was born. At the time of Muhammad, Muhammad was born. His refuses because that primal will, that son of reality, if you will, requires a temple in order to reflect it. There is a sun, there is a mirror. He says, when we say October 20th, we mean a vehicle in which someone can relate to the primal will, now again reborn. Makes sense? Now, being a psychotherapist, I have to say, okay, it's very nice, it's very religious, but we are talking about 8 billion people in the world, of which I want to exaggerate a little bit, it's okay, you will like it. There are about 7-8 million Baha'is. Good enough. 7-8 million versus about 8 billion, you do not have that much. So you and I have to somehow make this concept of Bahá'u'lláh and birth of Bahá'u'lláh comprehensible to the people who do not believe in these things. Okay, what does it mean? Is it just an event? Bicentenaries, okay. Did you go to bicentenary? No, I didn't have time. Yes, I went. Okay. So is it an event? Because 200 years passed, 300 years shall pass, 500 years shall pass. But maybe there is another significant newborn Bahá'u'lláh. Have you heard the terminology born again? Mm-hmm. What do you mean born again? Bahá'u'lláh, primal will, on October 20th, manifests higher intensity of the reality using the vehicle of Mirza Hussain Ali. Now, how does it help me? Besides celebration, what else? And this was a discussion that I had on TV this afternoon. To a certain degree. When my guest and I emphasize on the fact that religion has to cause unity, and Baha'u'lláh is no better, Baha'u'lláh is no less. And we actually saw when the telephone calls came in, they said, Mr. Habib, what are you talking about? Even in the Baha'i faith, Baha'u'lláh says, I am the way. Those who do not accept me, they are this or that. He said, I don't think what you are saying is true. Please pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. We are used to talking, the people nodding. When you are on TV, you do not tell them what to think, how to think. It says that you have come on a public TV. You are claiming that you are talking about enlightenment. So answer me, what is this? After we finished the program, I told my guests, do you see? The ancient way, the old ways of just saying things and passing by is gone. Because these people go and read your writings. Maybe the passage that that person quoted may be one in a 10,000 Baha'i that I know was aware of that passage. But that means we need to read the Baha'i writings comprehensively and look at the opposite statements in the Baha'i writings and understand the wisdom of the opposites. For instance, if Bahá'u'lláh says, whosoever does not recognize me, he actually has lost the meaning of life in this world. For you and I, because we are a believer, we somehow arrange it. But for you, it's not a Baha'i. He says, what is he saying? You mean that because I have not accepted him, I'm dead? How do you like to be called dead? I thought this gentleman is telling us, see no evil, hear no evil.
But Jesus said, let the dead bury the dead.
That was Jesus. This is 21st century. Do you see how the people actually come in? People want to see dynamic reality of these passages now. This is why when they ask Bahá'u'lláh, you on one hand, you say, hear no evil, see no evil, do not speak evil. So how do I understand this passage? And Bahá'u'lláh, he says, this passage simply means, if there is a reality, whosoever recognizes the reality, he is naturally better off. I didn't say who is who. I just made a statement. Please pay attention. In Abbas, paragraph 1, he knows that you do not have time, he put it in the first paragraph, that you read it. There are twin duties, recognition and obedience. Right? These two are together, inseparable. One is not accepted without another. Right? Very simple. So now the people read, they say, oh, that's very good. So what is he saying actually? What does that really mean? The simple mind, linear mind, he says, that's very simple. See, when you accept Bahá'u'lláh, then you have to abide by his commandment. Oh, that's very easy. But in reality, no single follower fully follows Baha'u'llah's commandment. It is a fact. So that means that they are off. This is the question. See, first you have to understand the question. Or the second group comes, okay, let's see. If somebody does all good things, Gandhi, Mother Teresa, Einstein, because they happen not to, in your tiny little estimation, Habibullah, of the passage, they have not literally accepted Baha'i faith. That means they are out to lunch. Does the paragraph in Aqdas when it says inseparable means if you do all good, you do not recognize, or you recognize, you do not do all good, you are out. They're the same. Unless you ask this question, then you will not be faced with a tablet of 70 pages by Baha'u'lláh himself. To a man called Siraj, Ali Siraj. He says, when did I say that? He says, this is a very bad judgment call. I did not say who is good, who is bad. I just said this is the ultimate goal of life, to recognize reality in whatever it is and practice it to the best of your ability. He says, that's all I said. He says, because by recognition doesn't simply means signing the card. He says, there are many people who accepted the Bab, then they went away. Agha John, his first believer. Agha John, 75% of the tablet in his handwriting. What happened at the end? This is why Baha'u'lláh invites people to say there is a difference between knowledge and recognition. Ilm, irfan. Listen, everything is gradual. He says, I didn't say, Habibullah, you are better than the person next to you. He says, because I have said in Loh Ittihad, هر موقع که برتری و بهتری به میان آمد عالم ویرانه شد. Whenever you use the word better, you actually contributed to the destruction of the world. How a manifestation who is for the whole world, for those who accept him or those who do not accept him, comes and makes a judgment call. But like any educator, because Baha'u'lláh is an educator, is another title of Baha'u'lláh. He is not there to boss you, because it doesn't work. He is not there to make you fear him, because fear doesn't work. Because the people today know fear is a result of ignorance. This is why the more knowledge, less fear. This is why majority of the people who try to keep people religious by fear tactics accept that Mormons did it, Jehovah's Witnesses did it, hopefully Baha'is don't do it, hopefully. Accept it, otherwise the whole calamity comes, you will be destroyed. The things that the House of Justice, the Shoghi Effendi, he says, it's beneath being a Baha'i to speak like this. Why? Baha'i faith is about maturity. Baha'i faith is about love. Baha'i faith is about free will. Baha'i faith is about choice. Baha'i faith is not about my way or highway. Let the people choose. Let the people learn, culture of learning. Let the people reflect, and the people change. See, we go to these Ruhi classes, but think about learning, reflecting. Reflecting means what? Reflection means think about the things that you did, things about the things that you taught, and then compare your deeds with the ultimate objective, and then hopefully you change. You see the station of Bahá'u'lláh. Bahá'u'lláh, he says religion is about born again. What does it mean practically? October 20th, you and I all throughout the world, we go celebrate, Mr. Parviz comes, has a big food, everything, happy birthday, Bahá'u'lláh. When you leave, you think exactly the same way that you came in before you came to the meeting. Your prejudices now is more, Bahá'u'lláh is born now, I really have to push it and make 10 Baha'is. But you do not think how to make 10 Baha'is. And then you do not reflect. You do not make any Baha'is, buddy. If you are really able, you're born again. So Baha'u'llah's birthday means simply a chance for the people of the world to become reborn. And reborn means change the way that they think, change the way that they feel, change the way that they act. Ladies and gentlemen, you do not know how much this topic has been enumerated in the Baha'u'llah's writings. He says, it is a time for the people to reflect on these words. Let the dead bury the dead. But who is dead, buddy? I know that statement is very nice. But who is dead? You do not, if you do not go further than that statement, is a judgment call. Who is dead? I can be with the manifestation of God face to face. Am I alive? I have said, yes sir, I love you. That means I'm alive? See, Baha'i faith is about reflection, ladies and gentlemen. Baha'i faith is about why people come face to face with the manifestation. And then they bitterly oppose him at the end. You have to read these passages and ask yourself, what is it that is missing? Could it be, never use the word should or must, could it be that living is an organic, is not an event? Today I may be alive, nay, at 8:40 I am alive, at 8:41 I may be dead. How? based on my focus, my goal, my aim. This is where Bahá'u'lláh, he says, do you know, Habibullah? In everything that you do, in everything that you feel, in everything that you think, ask yourself, does it help humankind as a whole? If it doesn't, throw it out. See, mission, objective. Because objective is not to be a Baha'i, ladies and gentlemen. Objective is a transformation. You imagine if right now, how many Muslims do we have in the world? Can you even dream it? But how many Muslim really we have in the world? Those who think they are alive, they have to ask, am I not being prejudiced? Because you never say, I'm alive. You say, Shobi Effendi, I'm becoming alive. This is why being a Baha'i is not a static phenomenon. Because if it is a static, she comes, tomorrow she goes. Examine these things. So, who is Bahá'u'lláh? To my very humble, limited understanding, I never concentrated on that. I actually have learned from Baha'i writings to concentrate on what is not Bahá'u'lláh. Because what is Bahá'u'lláh changes over time. Do you understand? If I am living 200 years ago, it is 200th birthday. Bahá'u'lláh was different than what I do now. And 300 years from now, it will be different. It better be different. Because our aim is not, ladies and gentlemen, to make Bahá'u'lláh to fit our expectation, our thinking. The aim is our thinking becomes Bahá'u'lláh. But Bahá'u'lláh is spaceless. Do you understand? Are you with me? Or half asleep or full asleep? So what is the mission of Bahá'u'lláh? Who is Bahá'u'lláh? The first answer for Habib, I don't know. But because I don't know, that doesn't mean I give up. I come to next coordinated system. What is his mission? Maybe through his mission, I maybe understand his station. You understand? You have to do a little bit of critical thinking. I'm very sorry to say that. I know when you are Baha'i or when you believe in God, mind is for rent. You do not think, but not in the Baha'i faith. You think, you ask questions. I have a book that I introduced to you, and read it, asking questions. Challenge to fundamentalism. Bahiyye Nakhjavani, the daughter of Ali Nakhjavani. Please pay attention. This questioning doesn't mean arguing. Doesn't mean it's true or it's not true. These are for the little minds. These are called hallucinations. This is called delusions, this type of questioning. These are means psychologically not balanced. But questioning means, who are you? Who do you think you are? How do I know who you are? What is your aim? What is your mission? And then, Bahá'u'lláh is great. Yeah. How did it make me to be great? Because just giving me pamphlet doesn't cut it. At the end of the day, if this lady says, I'm a Baha'i, this man says, I'm a Baha'i, he said, you mean club Baha'i faith, or the transformation Baha'i faith? If it is transformation Baha'i faith, that means the way that you think about the world's problem, the way that you participate in the world, the way that you want to resolve the world's problem should be different from the person who is not Baha'i. Do you see that? It comes to personal transformation. So what is the mission of Bahá'u'lláh? Well, I do not know what is your mission unless I know what is your objective. He and I have a mission to go to San Francisco. But see, we have an objective, San Francisco. Based on that mission, we have to prepare, right? If we want to go to Michigan, we have to have a different mission, different agenda, different strategy, right? So what is your objective? Bahá'u'lláh, please pay attention to the statement. Whatever I have revealed, in whatever manner I have revealed, the objective is true unification of entire human race. Do you see what do I do? Now from objective I understood the mission, and from mission I understand the station.
If you would not really reveal anything, we would not recognize Bahá'u'lláh. Because of his writing, we are recognizing Bahá'u'lláh.
Put your question in the paradigm that I mentioned. Do not be linear. His writings are just a means. His writing serves his purpose. See, I'm speaking as some of you even do not believe in God even, in my mind. I have to have a convincing argument. I should not assume anything. If Bahá'u'lláh is clear as the sun, everybody, regardless of the background, has to relate to it. Am I saying anything bad? If you are a Christian, if you are a Jewish, if you are a Buddhist, if you are a communist, if you are a capitalist, somehow I have to relate to Bahá'u'lláh. What is your mission? Well, my mission is determined based on my objective. My objective is the unification of human race. So then what is your mission? I have put a system which, when understood, when abide, willingly, you get closer to that objective. Excuse me, this is your objective? Please pay attention now. Is it your objective, or it is an objective that it was there from the beginning which has no end? Beginning. You want to tell me suddenly the whole world stopped and then you showed up and you said, well, unity of human race. Bahá'u'lláh. He says, of course not. From the day one, when God whatever that God is, created the world, whatever that creation means. See how careful I am? In whatever manner he did, he had one intrinsic objective: unity. Please pay attention very carefully. So the purpose of the first manifestation, which was no first, from the beginning which had no beginning, until the end which has no end, the aim was unity of humankind. Nay, rather, unity of existence as a whole. Because the world, the existence is not a humankind. This is why the tablets, just as Tablet of the Universe by Abdul Bahá'í says, go a little bit higher. We call them universal manifestations. Universe. But, come back. Moses came for the unification of human race. Muhammad came for the unification of human race. Now please pay attention to these statements. If I wasn't there, Abraham wouldn't have come. Jesus, I was there before Abraham. Muhammad, I am Adam, I am Moses, I am Jesus. Please pay attention. Bahá'u'lláh, I am the one who was the object of all the manifestations of the past, and it is interesting in some passages it says, and all the manifestation of the future. Yeah, really. If you and I, with this little mind, which is mostly afflicted with psychotic disorders, I'm not talking about you, Habib. So when you become a psychologist, many things that are normal are not normal. But because we do it all the time, we think it's normal. What is he saying? You mean that I'm the boss of the past, I'm the boss of the future? So, glory be Bahá'u'lláh, Bahá'u'lláh is a Superman. Ladies and gentlemen, is this really what it means? If Habibullah thinks like that, I have made a narcissist personality of someone. The whole thing is for me and everything is for me. And now go back to Shoghi Effendi. He says, Habibullah, psychotic disorder guy. Unity of humankind was the object of the past, was the object of the future. Now, because of the requirement and readiness of humanity, now this manifestation has ushered it. That is quite different. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, this is why now, look at me what happens. So when I read that by Shoghi Effendi, I said, wow. So I cannot exalt Baha'u'lláh over anybody. Why? Because he said, whosoever makes the slightest distinction between any of the manifestations of God, he has violated divine unity. So is Muhammad better than Jesus? In your little psychotic mind, yes. In a real harmonious mind, no. It is just higher intensity. Intensity means what? Intensity has nothing to do with Muhammad. Iran, Read Iran. Read paragraph 102 to 109. All of them manifestations of God. Regardless of who they are. They all possess the same attributes. The same power. But they do not manifest it. Because the purpose of manifestation is transformation and education. This is why Jesus, I have so many things to tell you. But you cannot bear them now. He doesn't say, I have so many to tell you, but I even do not know what am I talking about. What am I saying is, ladies and gentlemen, whenever you talk about the station of Bahá'u'lláh, talk about his objective first. Then talk about his mission. When you have sorted that out, then we get a glimpse of what Bahá'u'lláh is. This is why we have to immerse in the ocean of his writings. This is why whenever we do not understand, we go and seek the writings of Abdul Baha. Please pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. Being a Baha'i doesn't mean just being involved in activities. Activities can be misleading sometimes because it can make you busy but no time for reflection. Activities are different from immersing into the ocean. Whether I am super busy or I have nothing to do, I have to set up the time in my life to read the Baha'i writings and immerse in the ocean of its meaning. And I don't read it in order to convey it to you. I'm reading it because I want to understand myself, what's going on. Makes sense? What is a good thing about this type of thinking? I say this and then I shut my mouth. Heaven and hell. Very seven. Very settled. That was another question of the questioner. My guest said, I don't believe in heaven nor hell. I said, could it be heaven means now fully lived according to the best knowledge that you have? Heaven means fully lived considering the unification of human race. And hell is the degree of your ignorance from this principle. See, Baha'i faith in action.
Thank you, that was the best thing.
Do you see that? The people, heaven, I am being a Baha'i, I'm doing good to him. Why? Because Baha'u'lláh said if you do good to him, you will be rewarded. Oh, really? How about if Baha'u'lláh says, you be good to Parviz, this Parviz, that Parviz, and if you are good to him, I will put you in the hell. Should I do it or not? Bob says, of course you should do it. Because what is important is your goodness to Parviz, not whether you go to heaven or hell. See, that is called Baha'u'lláh. So, summarize. Who is Baha'u'lláh? I don't know. Why you don't know, Abi? Because whatever I know is a result of what my daddy, mommy, culture taught me. Whatever prejudices I have about him, whatever likes I have about him, mostly is rooted in my childhood upbringing. Therefore, the more I become enlightened, the more I become rationalized, I start to break my idols about Bahá'u'lláh, and then I get to the real Bahá'u'lláh. I may end with this statement. Majority of us, when we talk about Bahá'u'lláh, we are talking about clouds that Bahá'u'lláh wears. Have you heard Jesus shall come on the cloud? This is why, for sure, it doesn't come from Los Angeles. It's all sunny. What is cloud? At the time of Bahá'u'lláh, there was a man called George Hertig. He was among those who believed in this Daniel's prophecy that in 1844, go to Mount Carmel, because God only likes Carmel. Why Carmel? Why? Because it is called Mountain of God. God doesn't like Yosemite. Yosemite is off the limits. It just change. And then you want people to actually give in to these childish understandings. God is everywhere and nowhere, but this is a mountain of God. Oh, really? It is a mountain of God, or it is a symbolic to something else? So, anyway, the people took it literally, as 90% of the people take things literally. So this guy, Mr. Hertig, when they're waiting, all of his equipment, campground team, Jesus has gone, I'm waiting for him. While he's doing all of these things, somebody says, hey buddy, there is an old man who once a while comes to this mountain. His followers, George Hertig. Mr. Georgie, his followers say he is the Christ on earth. Yeah, really? I think that he was a very nice man, Parviz. He said, okay, now I am here, why not? Let's go and visit him. Was he a bad guy? He here? Jesus has returned, that also is a problem. Jesus never went. What do you mean return? See, this is why, ladies and gentlemen, the more you think about this thing, you have to remap and revamp everything that you know about religion. You have to be reborn. October 20th is reborn. Because Baha'u'lláh is never born, because Baha'u'lláh shall never die. So this guy says, okay, let's go. He says, no, this is not the way to do it. There is a secretary. It is like Mr. Parviz. Parviz has to talk to Mr. Randy. Randy has to take to X, and then maybe. They say, okay. So they go to Mr. Randy, who is Agha Jan. Agha Jan goes to Baha'u'lláh and says, this guy is such a nice guy. Baha'u'lláh says, tell him no. God forbid. He said, no, tell him. Tell him just write. We have the tablet now. It's called Lohe Hertig. Read it in Revelation of Baha'u'lláh, Volume 4, by Adib Tahirzadeh. He has a summary of the tablet. You know what Baha'u'lláh does? My friend, a sleepy. I'm going to Parviz Khan. He says, I don't want you to come and see me. Because if you came to see me, you see the cloud. You wouldn't see Jesus. Jesus shall come on the cloud. You little mind, linear mind, you think there is a cloud. But those of you who have already gone, those of you who claim, if Habib claims, I have recognized Bahá'u'lláh, so that means at least Habibullah have already gone. You see that one of the meanings of the cloud means these physical limitations that are attributed to the manifestation. Do you remember Mr. Jesus? When he came, he was walking on the earth, and then the soldier, Roman soldier, came to him. He said, they call you king of the kings. He said, yeah. He says, but I never have seen a king with no crown. So he goes and make a crown of some of the weeds and put it on his head. He said, now you are a king, buddy. What is this king business? That means that man, that soldier, even understood that this has to be taken otherwise. Otherwise it's a nonsense. But when you looked at Jesus on surface, this is about 60 pages of Iran. He says you choose Jesus, he doesn't have fault. You go and choose Moses, he is famous to be a killer. You choose Bob, he doesn't have any experience with religion. He is a businessman, and we never have seen a businessman to become a manifestation. Baha'u'lláh says all of these are clouds. When you have assumption about who Baha'u'lláh is, that is cloud. He says rather than you come and see the cloud. What do you mean cloud? If he went and saw Baha'u'lláh, who would he see? He would see the temple, mirror, Mirza Hussain Ali, who was in his old ages, whose back would be bended, whose hand will be shaken. And if you cannot go beyond the cloud, you say, what type of Jesus is that? But Baha'u'lláh says, I didn't want you to see the cloud. I want you to see the sun. I want you to see Christ. I want you to see Bahá'u'lláh. This is why no picture of him is allowed. Why? Because he doesn't like you to get used to his picture. Why? Because picture is a cloud. This is why he did not allow anybody to, when he goes to him, bow, kiss his hand. Take this thing seriously. This manifestation wanted to teach this thick-headed Habib, get away from these cultural things. Know the sun, not the mirror. And within that context, ladies and gentlemen, I invite you to examine his station, his writing, and his objective. I end with something that has moved me about Baha'u'lláh. Do you know, when working with the tablets, especially, I have been for the last 20 years trying to categorize writing, correlate writings. While doing that, I became shocked of what bothers Baha'u'lláh the most. And that was only one thing. When he says there is a disunity, when there is a sadness between two believers of mine, I will ask myself why I have revealed myself to them. He repeats this throughout the tablets. So, I really care about his birthday, ladies and gentlemen. I ask myself, is there anybody in my life that I have saddened? Knowingly or unknowingly? Have I really cared about the homeless in Los Angeles? Forget about the homeless in Los Angeles. Are you really fully aware how your fellow believers are doing in this community? This is what I call birthday of Bahá'u'lláh. If there is no such a thing, it's just a celebration. It is just me who is important, not Bahá'u'lláh. But we have to make Bahá'u'lláh to be the center. And Bahá'u'lláh means unity. Bahá'u'lláh means affection. Bahá'u'lláh means authentic love. When I do that, then I am closer to Bahá'u'lláh. Why? Because Bahá'u'lláh closer to me than my own vein. I am with you at all times and under all conditions. Bahá'u'lláh is not dead. So then if I want to be a follower of Bahá'u'lláh, shouldn't I also do something that I shall never die? Because otherwise death shall bury the dead. But get it right. Nobody knows who is dead. I, as a Baha'i, can be a dead. And the person who has never heard about Bahá'u'lláh might be alive. I ended with this famous quote. There are so many people who claim to be a Baha'i. They bring shame upon their own self and dishonor my cause. Look at another passage. There are many people who utterly have not accepted me, but they are considered of the inhabitant of the kingdom above. So this is a question, if I understood it correctly. Does the intensity of revelation changes when Bahá'u'lláh appears? What do you think?
I don't understand the question at all.
See, that's a good question. So, Parvez-Khan, what do you think? What is the question? See, I encourage you to ask question. What is the question? Okay. I would like, if I point at you, because this is a friendly environment, and I believe in engaging, collaborating. So do not take it as picking on me. And if you feel that way, voice it to me in my privacy. I apologize and I never do it to you. But it is collaboration. See, if I just went ahead and answered her, when some people are here that they even didn't know the question, so I waste my time and your time. This is why I like this collaboration. The question is this. The script that we are used to is this. When Jesus comes, he has higher intensity than Moses. The script that we all know. When Muhammad comes, he has higher intensity than Jesus, right? And when Bahá'u'lláh comes, which basically what we are saying, from psychodynamic and social standpoint of view, the people grow. So the teacher at the age 2 has more to reveal to this little boy who has grown up than the age 1. So, is there any big deal here? No. I have grown. Teacher reveals more. That's it. The things that you think is a big deal is not a big deal actually. When you see Bahá'u'lláh talks about unification of human race, that means we are ready for that. At least potentially. Now the question that he has is this. Bahá'u'lláh comes, he reveals writings. Would it be that he might volume it down? Would say, I revealed that much, maybe they are not able to get it. I better withdraw some. The answer to that question, of course, yes. How do we know? Baghdad. In the time of Baghdad, Baha'u'lláh first revealed many tablets based on his estimation of where the humankind should be. But when he revealed it, he realized how people are wrapped up in so many nonsense. So he told Agha Jan, this tablet, that tablet, that tablet, that tablet, take it to the river, throw it in the river. In some cases, Baha'u'lláh begged Baha'u'lláh, Mirza Agha Jan, begged Baha'u'lláh, please, not this tablet. Please, this is a very good tablet, Baha'u'lláh. For instance, tablet of Maiden was one of them. Loha Huriyeh. Now we know why Baha'u'lláh wanted to throw it in the river. And also, now we know why Agha Jan said, have mercy on us. We understand now both dynamic. But yes, there are many things that Baha'u'lláh wants to say. In so many tablets says, when the people diverge, when the people do not fathom, we do not reveal. And then we have to postpone it for the next revelation. Do you understand it? That was the question. So, how do we know that really is a time when we are fully ready, comprehending, and the more my heart is open, my mind is open, the higher the understanding of the revelation.
The second part, relation between intensity and suffering, does it have any?
Of course. I have I've reserved this for tomorrow at Turton Chase, because Turton Chase was an example of, a living example of the question that you are asking. What is suffering really? Suffering comes in when I do not understand the objective, nor understand the mission, nor understand the station. Because if I understand these three, what I go through, it may seem to be suffering in your eyes, but it can be actually a seed for the life of many. I give you an example. See, I have to speak in a language that you can relate. Jesus died for our sins. Jesus died on the cross for our sins. For Baha, for Jesus, he did not suffer in his heart. He said, I did it for the sake of my Father. What is your Father? The reality that I'm endowed with. What is your Father? Is the truth that I am presenting. So in respect to God, they love to do whatever mission and objective are accomplished. In respect to man, of course they suffer. They put them in prison. Please pay attention. There is a tablet. Read that tablet. It's a good tablet for this type of question. Fire tablet. Have you read it? It is 3 sections. Have you read it? First, Mirza Hussain Ali talks. Bahá'u'lláh talks in the words of Mirza. The people are bothering me. The dogs are barking everywhere. I'm just fed up of this. What's going on here? Second part. Hey, my friend, if it wasn't for this calamity, how did your light would shine anyway? In the third part, oh, I understand it. Is a calamity has 2 aspects. Outwardly is fire. Inwardly is light. You see, you have to understand the philosophical basis for this thing. Everything is like that. If you want to get a PhD in, say, medicine, can you every day go party? Can you just don't take it easy? Nobody. When the people are going party, you have to go study. When the people going this, is calamity? No. Why not? Compared to the objective and the mission, that is the path. But it is a light. Why? Because when I get to my objective, I can be the cause of salvation of many people. So then, Bahá'u'lláh is regretful. He says, he's regretful of how the people are treating the sons of reality. But he is not regretting that why I am going through this. It's not I. He is regretting for the place where the humanity is, not for himself. Because he lives by the will of God, he talks by the will of God, and he has no desire but to die in the path of God. Make sense? Because for him, to live means to die. To die is to live by the will of God. Make sense? Okay, one more question and then have a good vacation.
This one. Update.
Yes.
I just wanted to say that Baha'u'lláh brought in, new era. And to me, the new era is, I just want to use my, notes, is, the reason Baha'u'lláh brought a new era, this is the era that humanity is highly educated, at least mostly are highly educated. So it's not like the old days that, the understanding was very limited, so Muhammad or even Moses or, Jesus, they had to talk in a very limited, that humanity
Sure.
can understand it. So to me, this is the era that, humanity, when you have the understanding and you are conscious of the unity of mankind. If you don't have that understanding, no matter how much you read the writing of Bahá'u'lláh, to me is just not.
Excellent.
So, I see a lot of people constantly say, Bahá'u'lláh says this and that, and I see in my heart, they have no conscience that we are one family. We are all one family. I hurt when I see people in the street, and I don't know what to do.
Beautiful.
And I wanted to say, I love this thing that you says, that because I used to translate it another way, that's why I come to your writing, because I want to be able to talk to people in a very understanding way. You says, heaven is a life which is fully lived in consciousness of unity of mankind. I thought that is the most beautiful way that I could tell to people.
What I have learned from Baha'i
Yes.
writings, and I share them with
Yes.
you, that, ladies and gentlemen, if these things that we said, even you understand or appreciate or agree with 2% of it, it will help us to be reborn. So I do not go and knock my neighbor's door, because I want to make him a Baha'i. I'm going to knock anybody's door because I didn't have a chance to say hi. Don't go with a mission other than humanness.
Oh, yes.
This is what we are saying. Bahá'u'lláh has come to make me human. I'm not human. I am animal, have a appearance of human. My thinking, my methodology. This is why I say, don't say, who is Bahá'u'lláh? Bahá'u'lláh is higher than what you think. Why? Because when I am read, I give you an example from Bahá'u'lláh himself in a tablet which is called Lawh Salman. He said, do you see this light? If you have glasses of different color in front of the light, do you see that actually that single ray manifests itself as a green, as a yellow, but none of these colors are him. This is why in hidden words, see, we read it, we pass it, when he says, please, distinguish yourself from all colors and become my color, which my color means having no colors. See, these are all, I have said it, I repeat, I have said in my sessions, Baha'i faith is very mystical, ladies and gentlemen. Baha'i faith requires mysticism, requires philosophy, requires high level of thinking, and it requires humility. You are not going to be humble if you do not understand these relationships. Humility doesn't mean I am nobody, I'm dead. These things maybe 20 years ago, 100 years ago worked. Right now be something. But what you are, let it be a vehicle for service of humankind. The people would not care for the person who is nobody. Be somebody. Make your mark. Bahá'u'lláh, Epistle to Son of the Bull. Make your mark in the generation that you live in. If you are a doctor, become the best doctor.
Yes.
But do not become a best doctor because you want to peripher yourself. No, excel. While you are excelling, always remember, there is no limit for excellence. So you become a shoulder for the next generation to stand upon you. The same as you and I are standing on the shoulders of the people such as letters of living. This is what people do not understand. They look at reality as isolated. Reality is very connected. But you are absolutely correct. Having a conscious reality about the unity of mankind in everything that we do. Because if I do that, then I don't look at color. I don't look at race. I don't look at gender. I do not look at religion. I don't look at the manifestations. I look at one reality. Then I understand why he says this is a changeless faith of God. Eternal in the past. Eternal in the future. See, ladies and gentlemen, we have to change our filters.
Yes.
You define Bahá'u'lláh based on your filter. This is why in Seven Valley he says that I sometimes speak as a mystical, sometimes as a logical. And then pay attention. Why Muhammad, when they ask him, how the people should know God? He tells questioners, Habibullah, a stupid guy. There are as many ways to God as there are humans. No two people know God the same way. The worst thing is for me now that I have accepted Bahá'u'lláh to say, this is the way to know Bahá'u'lláh. And then, worse than that will be to say, this is what Bahá'u'lláh is, ladies and gentlemen. Clap, clap. Bahá'u'lláh says, that is where you fall, Habib. Collective consciousness. Make sense? Very good.
But my question was that how do we teach them, if you have that attitude? I'm saying that, yes, it's good to be friends to my neighbor, it's good to love everybody, but somehow in this,
See,
yes.
I put the
Sorry, Yazid, can we force the people to love somebody? You and me, we cannot.
See, the question is invalid.
Okay.
You never force anybody, nor you expect anybody to love you. You just be loving.
Yeah,
Just be loving.
yeah.
Look at Bahá'u'lláh.
That's the
Look at Jesus. Look at Gandhi. See, I'm not trying to here to say that there are only 7 of them. Look at Gandhi. Look at Einstein. Look at Kant. You do it because of the mission that you believe in. Why do you think Gandhi? Gandhi is the best example to see it. I haven't seen anybody like him. Look at his works. He has about 90 different articles that people even do not read. He is the one who says, if there is an injustice, fight for it, but not through being unjust.
not through being unjust.
Unjust.
Yes.
Fight with ungodly,
Yes.
but be godly.
being godly.
He says, because if you do not fight, you become passive. If you fight like them, you become aggressive. He says we have to become assertive. You see, these people are teaching psychology. Bahá'u'lláh has come. Love teaches you assertiveness. Fear teaches you anger.
Anger.
Anger. When you fear, anger comes. Anger of unknown. Knowledge gives you love. Love is knowledge. Knowledge is love. Knowledge can become a veil. Knowledge can become a light. See, ladies and gentlemen, the problem starts when you think, I got it,
Yeah.
this is it.
Yeah.
This is what it means by approach them by the spirit of humility. You want to teach? The best example is Bahá'u'lláh himself. When I was in Turkey, I actually was interested to see the places where Bahá'u'lláh went. We have documentation of how these men lived. And these are not exclusive to Bahá'í faith. Nothing in the Bahá'í faith should be exclusive to the Baha'is. Because Bahá'í faith is not an exclusive club. It is a world religion. Everybody should have access to the reality of that religion. I understand wisdom in publication, translation, but the message of Baha'u'lláh is public. When you go there, you see, do you know the things that you discover talks about a man who is humble, who likes to talk people, have coffee, tea with them, coffee houses. He liked to go to coffee houses. He did not say, let's go teach them. No, just be with them. Nothing is better than being with another human being. Baha'u'lláh himself says it. You learn. Look at, we have documentation from the fishermen in Akka. These are not something that has to do with Baha'is exclusively. Have it, the people have it. See why Abdul-Baha is so dear. Because he was the house to the poor without expectation. He would get things done that nobody would know. I end this, really I have to end it because I have 2 hours to go. And I have a 9 o'clock meeting tomorrow. This is what moved me about Abdul Abbas. One day a believer comes and says, I really want to serve you. Abdul knows Habibullah is just a talkie-walkie. He says, you are doing good, don't worry. He says, no, I really want to do. It happened that Abdul tomorrow had some unexpected things that he had to take care of. But he also had some routine work that he had to do. Do you know, Mr. Parviz, what was one of his routine work? He had to go and meet early before dawn to a man's house in Akka. Nobody would know. What was that man's house? Filthy with dirt. The man, disfigured, Abdul Abbas had one duty. Bath him, give him a bath, clean him, clean the environment. And then before he left, would say, are you happy? And the man would just knock the head. And Abdul Wahab would leave. Please pay attention. He told this man, do you really want to do that? I have a chore. I have to do it every day. This man says, wow, this is what Abdul Baha does every day. He's really a good believer. Abdul Baha says, no, I'm not a good believer. I'm just being human. Ladies and gentlemen, We are not becoming a Baha'i to become a Baha'i. We are becoming a Baha'i to become a human. And this is what the people do not understand. Because if you want to make them Baha'is, it's easy. But transform them to be a human, it's very difficult. That is a consciousness. What is Bahá'u'lláh all about? Transformation.
Ya Bahá'u'lláh.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.